So this is extractivism from 2,000 years ago, built on enormous quantities of human slave labor from all over Europe, that is still highly visible. And having just been in Bolivia, a lot of us in, on the left, in the West, and so on, are rightly inspired by a lot of the events that have gone on in Bolivia. And yet when you actually look at what Bolivia is investing in, constrained by the limits of international capital, but nevertheless, when you look at the scale of investment, number 1, 2, and 3, mining, hydrocarbons, electrical energy, and then if you look at the eradication of extreme poverty, way down the list, health, even further down the list. One of the quotes in the article is from a mining activist there, who says during the Morales era, more gold and silver has been extracted than in the whole of the colonial period. We talked a little bit yesterday, what does an exit strategy from capitalism really look like? Because if Bolivia is, I think, rightly seen as perhaps the most hopeful country, how do we really escape the dynamics of capitalism? What is it that's propelling this system? This is from the 5th assessment report, and you can see between 2000 and 2010, the different colors are different gases. But if you can look between 2000 and 2010, the last decade, it's accelerated over the previous 3 decades. So actually we've emitted more gas in the decade that we're supposed to be doing something about it than the previous 3 decades. In other words, things are not only just getting worse, they're getting worse at a faster rate. I was recently in Vietnam, and 10% growth rate a year means that in a couple of decades or so, the size of the economy will be doubled. And so for many developing countries, this is seen as the way out, just like Bolivia. But what does it mean for the people within those countries with this development paradigm? He has been saying a number of things about how evil capitalism is, not just him, but also the Dalai Lama. I am farther to the left than the Chinese leaders. They are the capitalists. If we're prepared to accept that this is not the best of all possible worlds, all right, can we put on the table that we should be looking at a totally different society, one run along completely different lines, in terms of, instead of competition, private property, production for profit, we're looking at cooperation and production for need based on real democracy, right? There's a lot of scope for revolutionary change.